Just your initial reaction to what we just saw.
Well, shit happened, but on to the next one. I live to unhealthy, so that's all that matters.
All right, let's go back and look at this replay and watch the entire race and tell me from start to finish how things developed and where the problems were. That's you out there in lane 3.
Lane 4, but I was in my drop phase good, and then, hey, I don't know what happened right there, so life move on. I'm blessed, I'm healthy, live to.
You were living for this. I mean, your drive phase, do you think that was okay? Did you come up too early? What happened?
I think everything was good. Hey, I'm healthy, and hey, they got it better than me.
And would you expect to have more speed at the end there to be able to either catch up to Oblique Seville or at least get yourself in the automatic qualifying spot?
Well, I should have been there, but I fucked up. Life move on.
All right, I'll have to apologize to the audience for that colorful language. And Fred, thanks for stopping.
Appreciate it.
All right, Lee.
What's good, everybody? It's the GOAT, Aaron Brown, and before this video starts, be sure to become a member of my channel by hitting the join button on the link down below in the description. Also, follow me on Instagram. The link to my Instagram account is linked down below in the description as well. Let's jump straight into it. In this video, I'll be talking about Fred Kerley, the most accomplished 100-meter runner in the United States actively running right now. Fred Kerley is an Olympic medalist in the 100, and he's also a world champion in the 100. But for some reason, over the last year, it's become super popular to disrespect the most accomplished 100-meter runner in the United States. And like I always say, recency bias plagues the mind of track and field fans. Track and field fans, of course, aren't the smartest people on earth. And they meat ride. They hop from meet to meet, depending on whoever is performing the best at the current moment. In track and field, especially in the United States, mediocrity is celebrated and clowns are tolerated. And it's 1000% ridiculous. And I've seen a lot of people talk about their 100-meter predictions for the Paris Olympics. And I've seen a lot of people leave out Fred Kerley as if we haven't seen this song sung many a times. What I do know is we've seen this happen before. Like, people try to make it seem like Fred Kerley all of a sudden wasn't a good runner after he ran one, I'm not going to say bad race, but one race that wasn't up to y'all standard. 2023, which was last year, he was dealing with a lot of personal stuff, and he ran 8 races, and 7 out of 8 races were sub 10. And unfortunately, that one sub 10 race happened to come in the semifinal of the World Championships, but he didn't make no excuses, and he came back this year. And a lot of people were saying, oh, he ain't ran fast early in the season, so he ain't going to be able to do nothing and this and that. Like we haven't seen this story written before. The last Olympic season, he didn't run under 10 seconds until later after he started running. He was running 10-1s and 10-0s. This year, he took the Jamaican approach, not really racing that much, not really showing his hand, but when he pop out at the right time doing the right thing. Last time he went to the Olympics, he didn't run under 9.9 until the Olympic trials, just like he did this year. His season's best going into it this year was 10-1, and people saying, oh, he wouldn't make it, and he ain't going to even make the finals, or 10-0. He ain't going to even make the finals, and things of that nature, like he's ever missed out on the finals besides the World Championships. This man been a professional runner since 2018 and has made every single global team from the World Championships and the Olympics. So that was just an absurd thing to say to me. And a lot of y'all get caught up on the times people running, going into championships. But let me tell you, don't let those times fool you, because the last Olympics, Fred Kerley got 3rd place at the Olympic trials like he did this year. And the Olympics is a whole nother animal. And guys was running 9.7 going into that Olympics. Guys was running low 9.8s going into those Olympics. So all I'm going to say is don't pay attention to PRs, because he does have the fastest out of everybody running. And don't pay attention to season's best going into meets like the Olympics, because the favorite usually never wins. But what I do know is at the Olympics, it's going to be a lot of slow singing and flower bringing, because guys like Fred, guys like Tobogo, who was running 10-1 a few weeks ago, and then show up and drop multiple 9.8s to make teams. And that's like 6 weeks out from the Olympics. and you don't think they gonna be in the shape they supposed to be in, all I'm gonna say is be a fool if you want to. Cause going into the USA trials, it was a lot of, oh, he not gonna make the team because he been running 10-1. As if training cycles ain't been cycling. As if he ain't never prepared to get ready for Olympic Games before. As if he ain't ran fast early in the season and ran his fastest in the Olympic finals before. Trust me, he knows what it takes, and his body done been places. Most of every last one of these guys who qualify for the Olympics, their body has never went before. They never been 976. And once you go somewhere, you can go again. And he's proven, based off the progress of this season, he's on his way back there. So y'all can get caught up into the hype and the recency bias of the times y'all see guys running this week and last week. But like I often say, pay attention to patterns. Don't let a bad race fool you. When somebody show you who they are, believe them. But the disrespect of real ninjas in track is something that's been going on since the beginning of time. We celebrate cornballs and we disrespect real ninjas. I seen something crazy, some crazy form of disrespect online on Twitter. But like I said, it's going to be a lot of slow singing and flower bringing at the Paris. When a few of these guys who y'all said ain't going to even make the final walk away with medals. Like, look at this crazy tweet that I saw. This is the response of an average track and field fan. No logic, no facts, no knowledge, just recency bias and emotion. You dick ride was hot right now until it's not. This guy said, has Fred Kerley ever beat Noah Lyles in a 100-meter race? Why do you expect Fred Kerley to beat someone who had never beaten before or even challenged in a 100? Like, this is the typical track and field fan disrespecting the most accomplished current running 100-meter runner in the United States. He said, has Fred Kerley ever beat Noah in a 100? Mind you, Fred Kerley just started running the 100 in 2021. Noah been running this since 2018 and in high school. So like 2014. So Noah's been running the 100 over 10 years. And this dude has the audacity to ask if the Olympic silver medalist and world champion in the 100, have he ever beat Noah Lyles? Granted, Noah has been running the 100 longer, but I'm a numbers guy. I'm a stat guy. I'm a patterns guy. Let's look at what the numbers say. Because I'm not your typical track fan going based off lot emotion. Noah and Fred has raced 5 times. Noah Lyles have beat Fred Kerley 1 time out of 5. The Olympic trials final this year was Noah Lyles' only time beating Fred Kerley. Noah Lyles had ran 9.8 going into the Olympic trials. Fred Kerley had ran 10.0 and he was running 10.1 going into the Olympic trials. And he showed up and ran 9.8 2 times. Noah Lyles showed up and ran 9.8. So I trust a guy who's rounding into shape at a way faster and much greater rate than the guy who's been running 9.8 since 2018. I trust the guy who's ran 9.7 4 times to be in similar shape when it's time for him to peak, since he went from 10.1 to 9.8. But like I say, your typical track fan operates off of emotion and recency bias. If you take away your feelings and just pay attention to the facts, statistically proven, when they line up head to head, more than likely, Noah Lyles is not beating Fred Kerley. Noah Lyles has beat Fred Kerley 1 time in the 100. And I do think, just from knowing what I know, that Fred Kerley is going to be back to Fred Kerley in Paris. And I expect Noah Lyles to be on his A game in Paris as well. But I just seen him in the greatest shape of his life run all out and run 9.81. When a guy has ran 9.7 4 times, when I seen a guy run 9.7 in semifinals, and he's looking to be back in that shape or very similar shape, I just think, I'm not going to say he's going to win. I'm not going to say that he's anything, but I'm just going to say you can overlook that if you want to and operate off recency bias and emotion if you want to. And oftentimes, the person who wins the Olympics usually don't win the world championships right after. And the person who usually wins the world championships usually don't win the Olympics right before or right after. So operate off a pattern, operate off of logic, operate off of fact. It's going to be a tough 100 meters. That's all I'm going to say. And I'm going to say it's going to really come down to who's firing at the right time and who hasn't have to run super hard all year and things of that nature. It's going to be some guys who y'all have never or y'all didn't even expect that's going to go out there and turn a lot of heads like it happens every year at the Olympics. Like, who expected Marcel Jacobs to win the last Olympics when his PR was 9.95 going into it, and it was guys running 9.7 and 9.8 low going into the last Olympics? So let me just say, those guys y'all sleep on, it's going to be some guys that pop out and turn heads. And those guys y'all betting y'all money on and y'all saying they the favorites, it's going to be, like I repeat, some slow singing and flower bringing, heads turned, bridges burnt, and a lot of RIP shirts after that meet ends. But y'all let me know what y'all think down below in the comments. I'm out.